Washington Square Park. This is the heart of NYU, of New York University. Now, back in the 1960s in this country was a very volatile time. You had John F. Kennedy had been assassinated. Martin Luther King Jr. had been assassinated. You had a very unpopular war happening in Vietnam. When people were protesting that and everything that was going on, it was known as the counterculture movement. You had people protesting down here. This is where all of those protests would happen. And you had a lot of artists and poets and writers and musicians. Their music and their art came out of that period in the 60s. People like Bob Dylan and Jimi Hendrix that were performing at these clubs not far from here at NYU. This is really the heartbeat of New York University, Washington Square Park. This is the Washington Square Arch, modeled after the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. The architect is named Stanford White, celebrating the 100th anniversary of George Washington's presidency. There's two statues of Mr. Washington in wartime and in peacetime. So now, down here, this is always a hive of activity. You always have a lot of performances going on. All the NYU students are here hanging out. It's a beautiful day. All of these buildings around here, housing, administration for NYU. You guys would probably recognize this if you saw August Rush. Anybody know August Rush?
Yes. Yes.
Beginning of that movie, when they meet at a party up on that rooftop, and the late great Robin Williams is walking back and forth here playing his guitar. Did you see? Well, that's why I'm here. I'm a giver. I'm a giver. I give. That's what I do. Did you get that, Joe?
Got
Did you
it.
get that one, Joe?
Got it.
She didn't even know that. Did you see I Am Legend?
Yeah.
Will Smith, I Am Legend. He lived second door in, number 11. You see number 11 there? That's where he lived. So when he opens up the door, all those zombies are running towards him. This is where they're running through, right here. That interior was a sound stage. That interior, that apartment, that townhouse was a sound stage, but they used the exterior and they filmed, of course, all over New York City. Washington Square Park, another movie that I love called When Harry Met Sally. When they first leave college in Chicago and get dropped off, they get dropped off right here at the Washington Square Arch. So you guys want to take some photos? You got about 5 minutes. You want to take some pictures around here? It's a great spot. Washington Square Arch.